Hi friends, my name is Karen Laspina. I'm one of the co-founders at Gmaids. And today in this amazing summit, I'm going to bring you the workshop, because you're going to be working with me, Cleaning Awesomeness. So I love how in this summit, every business owner brings their golden nuggets and their bits and pieces of information that have made their company successful, right? So for us at Gmaids, it has been to create an engaging, a productive, and a sustainable company culture to wow our employees. So let's dive in on how we did that. But first, let's talk about how you will learn about cultivating, training, and retaining rockstar employees. Why? Because that's how you're going to be able to open up your schedule to double up on bookings and client sales. So who are we? We started Gmaids back in 2004. And one of the most important things in our journey was that we became 2 cleaning technicians of the entire company workforce, right? So our vision was to improve the quality of families by green cleaning their homes. And it was clear we needed to hire the best workers and train them to clean with our method, to leave toxic chemicals behind and become top-level players in our industry. But at the same time, our mission was to have them earn living wages, to be able to provide a safe and comfortable environment for their own families. Now, I'm particularly sensitive to toxic products and cleaners that cause allergic reactions, but also harm the environment in the process. So naturally for our own health, pun intended, and for the technicians and customers' health, we said, let's use eco-friendly products at Gmaids. That's what we call cleaning awesomeness. So fast forward to 2021, right? Hiring is definitely on demand, and anchoring to the same core vision we developed back 17 years ago is key to develop this firm sense of belonging, of personal growth, and wellness in today's cleaning technicians. Now, what's the most important step after hiring? It's training, no doubt. So training professional cleaning technicians. So how do we bring somebody that has never cleaned a home to be able to go into a customer that has been in your company for the last 4 years? That's a gap of wealth of information regarding cleaning that we need to fill in between one technician and the other. Now, before we go into the actual cleaning and the training of cleaning, the first step in training is to demonstrate your company's core values, how your employees are going to behave. You want to exemplify throughout that in-person training how you want your new employees to behave and operate. And, you can only duplicate what you model. And when your office staff and what your manager, your supervisors, your own trainers model. So you want to make sure that what they're teaching, what they're saying, what they're showing the other employees when they're training, it's something that you want to be duplicating in your company. Now, this is how we created our company culture. It has 4 steps or 4 points, and these are it. I carry myself with integrity. I follow the Gmaids cleaning process. I follow instructions, and I show up. And it's our example of what we call our house of values at Gmaids, and we literally give every new employee an actual physical cube that we printed out and we made up. I'll show you in a second. I have one nearby. And it's a box with these values printed and detailed on them. So in essence, this is the one that I have in Spanish. We're a fully bilingual company. So we have the vision of the company. We have the different values that we're going to be going over. And it's really a dynamic way for them to engage and sort of have a tangible of this, company culture that is so intangible, right? And like I said, it has the vision, the heartbeat of the company. We believe in improving the quality of life of families by green cleaning their homes. And you have to be very clear of what your vision is, because that's what's going to lead them to either join the company and even invite other employees to work for your company as well. And truly, in our business, families are the foundation of our community at Gmaids, and it's how we love to support, healthy family environments. Now, the first one, I carry myself with integrity. And I want to go over this in detail because we're going to teach you how to create your own, right? So we have this saying in this industry, in all our mastermind groups, and it's just like in most of service work nowadays, is we hire for integrity and we train for ability, right? So what does that mean? It means that we behave transparently and we're honest. What I think, what I say, and what I do is aligned with our company core values. We have our handbook, of course. We have a set of policies and rules. But it's so important that they understand that they're expected to carry themselves with integrity. Now, our second core value is we follow the cleaning system. In essence, it says that we're professionals, but we want to be specific about the cleaning system that we follow. It's so important that we know that efficiency is an addition of high quality plus top speed. So those are direct results of following a cleaning process. And I know there's a plethora of training systems in our industry, but you have to choose one and sell yourself to it and promote it with your employees with passion and with enthusiasm, because that's what's going to make the difference in your company. The third one is I follow instructions. So we all know we have specific work orders. We sell specific types of services weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. Sometimes we have specific jobs for post-construction, move-ins, move-outs. And we have a core set of instructions in our work orders that need to be completed. So this is very important. It's important for our employees to be detailed oriented, to read the clients and the manager's notes, and to follow the work orders that are scheduled in the dispatching app. Also following company instructions, like the uniform, how our brand is reflected when we visit our clients, the maintenance of their kit. And we do have a company group chat. We love gifts and emojis throughout the week. How we celebrate each other during birthdays, work anniversaries, and give them notices of the weather, whatever it is that's pertinent. We try to build community through our chat as well. So it's not only like, you're in the military, you have to follow this and that. Nothing wrong with the military, right? It's an excellent protocol, but we want to learn from that and also bring some warmth into why are we part of this work environment, in this family environment that allows me to belong to a company that when I follow instructions, I'm going to be able to count on others because they value this community. So whenever somebody has an emergency, we're able to help them out. We had weather issues the beginning of this year and throughout last year with the pandemic. We had to be very specific with the instructions and the training that we gave our employees throughout the entire year. I think every month we had a new set of instructions that we needed to follow and regulations and mandates. So it's very important that they are ingrained and that that you have to also follow your own company instructions. It's really important to model that. Now, the fourth core value is I show up. And this is so basic, but it's so important. We have a service company. It means that we have to be attending in person to be able to deliver this service. So we show up in attendance, in attention. Our mind and bodies have to be in the same place. And just excellent customer service. Being present in the moment at work and being present with our customers. It's so important. Punctuality, courtesy. It's something that our office is our client's home, and we want to make sure that we're completely and authentically present in the service that we provide with excellent quality. So we also specify that our pay by performance, it's dependent on whether you show up to work or not, right? So the higher the work volume that our techs achieve, the higher the payment percentage that they'll receive. So it's a sliding pay scale that resets every week, and it depends on their attendance, on them showing up. So we also have continuous training. So we do mandate that they participate in company workshops. We do have some different types of workshops. Some are mandatory, others aren't. And I'll go deeper into that. But this is the fourth one. And whenever we do present this little box, this culture box, we have them handwrite their name. I don't know if you can see it, but that's mine. So it's in the slide too. So hi, my name is Karen. I'm Gmaids. And they handwrite their name as a way to solidify and visualize their commitment. So it's certified dynamic behavioral contract to partake and protect this culture and house of values at Gmaids. Now, how do you lead with culture? Okay, so this is so important because how you lead your employees and set the expectations throughout all their stages of their life cycle, since their first day at your office when they apply or when they meet you until they end up moving out of state or moving to another career, whatever the reason why their life cycle at your company ended. Throughout all those stages, they need to have clear expectations throughout them. And I specifically use the word, demonstrate them, because, it needs to be integrated in the onboarding process, right? Your culture needs to be modeled by the office staff and the trainers and authentically lived out throughout the process. So for example, whenever an applicant comes for an interview, we need to be on time for that interview, right? We need to model showing up. If an employee has a question regarding their pay stub, then we're present, we're showing up and responding in a timely manner, not in a week. Whenever an employee arrives to a client home and for some reason the customer did not leave the key and that was their instruction to follow to open and access their home, then how are we correcting that process? Are we calling the client right away? Are we leaving the employee waiting for hours? Well, not hours, but you know what I mean? Are we being responsive in the way that we expect them to also be responsive? And now I can attest, this is the most effective management or people management tool to be able to lead your employees in the right track or back into the right track. So for example, if somebody's taking too long driving between houses, right? So how do you correct that person? So you have 4 values that you can go back to and be like, you know what, remember at our company, we show up on time. So this is something that is clear from the get-go, and it allows you to narrow all of these corrections into 4 core values that sustain your company's vision and mission. Now, it's so important to have that clear, not only for you as the owner, but also maybe you're an owner operator, but also for your manager and your supervisors and even your trainees or your trainers. Why? Because, for example, if you have a trainer that is at a house, right, and they have a new trainee and they're teaching them the cleaning process, right, and they're not really wearing their apron, for example. We use the method with the apron and the loops, and they're not using their loops. They're like, remember, we follow a training system that is super important for you to be able to be successful and be able to give good quality to your clients. So it leads everybody to be aligned and to be able to fulfill their job in their own position of leadership. So super important, culture-driven management. Now, let's own it. Okay, great what you have going for Gmaids, right? But how can you own it on your own company? So we have great news for you. I have 4 key questions that would lead you to write your own company culture. So are you ready? Get your pen and paper, your iPad, your phone with your notes app. But what's that first question? that this is it. Okay. So what's the most important basic human trait your employees need to inherently have? This is something you can't really teach. It's a value that they decide to live by. You can model it, yes, but it's a personal decision. It has to come from them, not you. It's a personal value. Now, for us, remember, it was integrity. And, granted, everybody wants to live by that, right? Everybody wants to have employees with integrity. But maybe you want to call it hope. In this day and age, you want to have people that come to work with hopeful expectations and, that they are inspiring, or that they are authentic, or that they are positive, that they have enthusiasm. You need to determine what's going to be that core value. We were speaking with a business owner recently, and she was saying that they want their employees to absolutely be happy at their job, right? That they are super successful at their job. And that's the way that she leads, using this happiness value, right? So determine what's the most important human trait your employees need to inherently have, and write that down. Now, the second question: how will you systematically deliver the same quality of work to your clients every single time? Now, think of systems, technician systems. This could be the same across all cleaning companies. I do believe that you need to have a cleaning system in order to guarantee the quality, but you still to know why it's in place. And remember that the result of your cleanings is really a derivative of the process that you teach your employees. The third one: what's the most important technical trait your employees need to inherently have? So think about the technical trait. We need to follow a cleaning process. We need to follow work orders. We gotta follow instructions. That's our motto. But maybe yours is we need to be detailed oriented. You want to be specific about details. Or maybe you want to say something with regards to switching tools. So you got to think about the technical trait that your employees need to have to complete each job successfully. And fourth, what's the basic level of professionalism you require for new employees to start? For us, anyone can become a cleaning technician as long as they are teachable and they show up, day in and day out, consistency. Now, it might be slow and assisted and coached heavily for the first 30 days, sometimes even the first 90 days, but it's totally achievable. But maybe you want to have, minimum 2 years of work experience. Maybe you want to have them, somebody that has worked in the service industry in the past. So you have to determine what's the basic level of professionalism you require employees to start. Now, the fifth one that I didn't mention, but I think it's core, is having your company's why clear, but also how does accomplishing your company's why aligns to your employees' individual why. It needs to become personal to them for them to own their job, to take ownership. It could be a new car, a new home, send money back home, pay for kids' tuition, live in a safer neighborhood, go on vacation and be paid while at it, or simply just to earn living wages. Now, this is super important. You got to develop and learn to develop your culture. You got to develop your culture through training. So there's two ways to develop your culture. You either train for personal development, which is life skills, or professional, which is technical skills. When I say personal development, I mean like time management workshops, budgeting. Yes, we teach budgeting, tips for car maintenance. Most of our workforce doesn't really know the basic maintenance that the car needs, and they drive every single day. So it's super important for us to teach that. We made that a priority. How to purchase your first home, and there's different kind of subjects in which you have to bring a professional to talk about it. For example, during the pandemic, we had mental health workshops, how to process emotions. And we brought an expert to talk about, a psychologist to talk about this to them. We had a workshop for injury prevention, and we brought in a chiropractor and an in-person workshop that corrected wrong positioning and how to vacuum, how to scrub things when you're on the floor. There's different ways that you can develop personal life skills that are not necessarily directly technical skills. Now, when I say technical skills, I mean anything directly related to the actual cleaning work. So how to use cleaning agents, how to handle the tools, how to recognize surfaces and materials, how to understand the services that you're providing, and how to read a work order. Those are things that are completely related to completing the cleaning work. Now, this is so important, and I want to wrap this workshop with these two core ideas. That personal development helps your employees to feel valued, seen, heard, and human. You guys, we absolutely want to have this in each and every company, and it goes both ways. We want sometimes this from our employees, and I get it. Being a business owner can be tough, and we never get to have a bad day, but it's kind of our job to not have a bad day, and we're in a position of authority to own it and set the standard and set the culture. But I do feel it's important, and we made it a priority at Gmaids to coach and nurture our workers as if we were still cleaning, and we're part of this company, right? And this personal development aligns with our own why, and we've seen a direct correlation in their personal growth and how they are able to have, healthier family relationships and bonding. So take this to heart and think of ways that you can partner with people in your community, with other professionals, to create those personal development workshops. Now, the technical development helps you retain recurring clients for years to come. This is so important. That's like 80% of your business, at least at Gmaids, is 80 to 85% of our sales, recurring clients. So, when it comes to cleaning, the more proficient your employees are, the more you will retain clients, period. You can have the best sales team, the best customer service on the phone, on the email, via chat. But if your cleaning work is not like top quality, friend, you will burn clients faster than rocket fuel. So, and also you could be like, I can hire, experienced cleaners, but that's really not sustainable because you're relying on the previous training of applicants, right? You're relying on what other companies, which they quit from, taught them. So, it's not that smart. I personally decided to learn everything about this type of service business from scratch before developing trainers, but I learned myself hands-on, but I'm fully aware that there's other successful business owners that have skipped a step and right away hired a trainer. But either way, you need to learn the principles and the industry's cleaning protocols that you're going to follow to set the training standards, because it will determine the types of services that you're going to sell. And then you need to go and coach your technicians. So this is how you're able to open up your booking schedule, by doing professional and personal development, starting with your company culture. So I hope you got an amazing resource with these 4 questions, and that you're inspired to go and, give back to your employees and develop your company culture. I'm so excited to have you here. So go own it, model, and teach your company culture.